On a relatively nice January afternoon, I wound up in the city of Peoria, Illinois. Peoria is a decent-sized city located about 2.5 hours west of Chicago and is situated in the Illinois River Valley. Peoria is a rail hub, with multiple various Class 1s and short lines running in and out of the city. Seen here is a UP local returning back to their yard from the Tazewell and Peoria's East Peoria yard. The next train that would be crossing the bridge would be a southbound Tazewell and Peoria local, borrowing a GP15 from the Illinois Midland Railroad. The local is currently crossing the lift bridge over the Illinois River. Since this lift bridge is the only way to get trains from one side of the river to another, it can become a little bit of a traffic jam. Seen in the background is an Iowa Interstate manifest train waiting on the local so that they could head northbound. At about 2:30 p.m., the Iowa Interstate train PESI would get rolling northbound. PESI stands for Peoria to Silvis, and this train runs from the TZPR's East Peoria yard to the Iowa Interstate's Silvis yard. Today, this train featured two EMD SD38-2s and an EMD GP38-2. Iowa Interstate's fleet of SD38s had been sitting dormant since early 2020, but roughly 2 years after sitting in storage, they were taken out as surge fleet. Since the Interstate's acquisition of new General Electric GEVOs, it has been increasingly uncommon to find a road train without any sort of wide-cab GE on it, making this train a must-see on my bucket list. Leading the train today would be IAIS 152. Originally built for reserve mining as RSMX 1243, 152 would undergo multiple changes. Reserve mining would sell it to GMTX, where it would become GATX 1243. and would then become LLPX 2807. Iowa Interstate would end up purchasing the unit along with 7 other SD38s and would renumber it into IAIS 152. Today, Iowa Interstate only owns 4 SD38s, and only 2 were taken out of storage for a month-long period. As the EMD trio snaked through downtown Peoria, the chase was officially on. After this spot, we would head north to Peoria Heights, a little sleepy town just to the north of Peoria. As the train exited yard limits, it entered the Iowa Interstate Peoria Subdivision. The Peoria Subdivision travels roughly 50 miles along US 29 and the Illinois River between Peoria, Illinois and Bureau Junction, Illinois. The line was originally built by the Peoria and Bureau Valley Railroad, but was primarily owned by the Chicago, Rock Island, and Pacific, commonly known as the Rock Island or ROC for short. The line eventually came under Chessie System ownership, later CSX, in 1980, and in 2006, Iowa Interstate began leasing the line from CSX, running as-needed manifests and other bulk commodities on it. We would get another good look at the train on the north side of Peoria Heights before the train got up to speed. After this, we would get the train a couple more times in Mossville, Illinois. Now a couple towns north of Peoria, we stop in Chillicothe, Illinois. Seen on the left is the preserved Rock Island Depot, along with the Santa Fe caboose, representing the BNSF, former Santa Fe, Chillicothe Subdivision, which crosses the Peoria Subdivision about a mile north of the depot. After Chillicothe, we would make a couple pit stops in between the towns of Chillicothe and Sparland, Illinois. As we made our trek up the Peoria Subdivision, we would wind up in the little town of Henry, Illinois, as the non-turbo EMDs blare past. As the sun sets below the horizon, it was starting to get pretty cold out. we would catch 152 again in Putnam, Illinois, as they slow down to flag a crossing that had been malfunctioning. Our last shot of the day would be here in Bureau Junction, Illinois. Here, PESI would stop for a couple hours and wait to meet an eastbound manifest. Getting to chase a trio of EMDs up the Peoria Subdivision was pretty special, and I'm more than glad I filmed a video of it.